So the first game of the week is the New York Jets minus 15 at the Baltimore Ravens. Now, on paper, this actually looks like a really nasty blowout victory waiting to happen. I do think the Jets will get LeVeon Bell back. They've already said he will be back from his illness. The Jets are relatively healthy. Clearly, if we look at the points per game, they give up 23 points per game, which isn't great for defense. It's 19th in the league. They score 17.4 points per game. That's 29th in the league. Neither one of these are good. Then you look at Baltimore. They score more, a lot more, 10 points more a game, 33, and they give up 18.2, so like 5 points less. Everything about this looks on paper like it's going to be a blowout. However, the reason I like the Jets, now Brad disagrees, my computers disagree. Both of them like Baltimore to just completely trounce the New York Jets and cover that 15. 15-point spreads, a cover of a 15-point spread is very rare. I think that's a lot of points to lay. Now, obviously, I think Baltimore is going to win this game, but I think the New York Jets can make it a little bit uncomfortable. Buffalo played them pretty strong last week. The New York Jets, the strength of their defense is the run defense. What does Baltimore want to do? They want to run. But I wouldn't say that they're a traditional running team. Baltimore can get to the outside, obviously, with Lamar Jackson. He adds a completely different dynamic in the running game, and of course he can throw to beat you as well. The Jets, I think, match up well enough to kind of keep this game close and could potentially steal a late cover at the end of the game. Now, me personally, I'm taking it off my board. I do think Baltimore wins. I do think Baltimore wins comfortably. But the Jets, I just don't see like a 40-point game or something. I know that's what a lot of people are expecting. I think this Jets defense is underrated. If you've been paying attention to fantasy football, they're consistently scoring well. Greg Williams' defenses are always score well. I'm just curious to see how Greg Williams, because traditionally he hasn't done well against mobile quarterbacks, or at least when I used to watch him with the Washington Redskins. So we'll see what happens. But I do think that the Jets can cover this game. Like I said, my computers and Brad both disagree. Let's get to the fantasy, though. Fantasy sports for the New York Jets, we have Sam Darnold as a sit. Le'Veon Bell as a start. I think he could get in the end zone. I have Robby Bell graded as a potential start and Jamison Crowder, but Demaryius Thomas I'm less high on this week. Same with Ryan Griffin. I'm not super high on him. For Baltimore, I have Lamar Jackson as an obvious start. Mark Ingram as a start. And then Marquise Brown I actually have as a start, assuming he's going to be playing enough snaps to warrant the volume there. And I don't have anybody else graded as a start, although if Mark Andrews is fine, I would play him. If he's not fine, look at Nick Boyle. I like Boyle in this offense because they want to run the ball a little bit more. I like him, but I do think Hayden Hurst is the better pure receiver in this offense as well. So look for those guys specifically if Mark Andrews isn't in the lineup.